Shit. This entire situation just got complicated, and I'm not sure I want to know what's about to happen next. I showed up to work this morning, and the first thing I did was show the note that was attached to the brick to my boss. My boss immediately texted Nicola, just as I anticipated he might do. My heart pounded a bit at the thought of meeting her. We didn't know each other very well, seeing as we'd never worked on an assignment before. The only reason I knew she used the dark web the same way I did was because my boss mentioned it in passing. My boss and I both jumped when she burst into my office. I wasn't too pleased and made sure she knew it. "If you deformed the hinges, you're paying for that," I snorted. Nicola sighed. "Sorry, I just wanted to get here as fast as I could. What's this I hear about the progeny of the void?" My boss immediately shoved the note into her hands, much to Nicola's chagrin. But as soon as she read it, she paled and covered her mouth to keep her gasp quiet. "Looks like two schmucks in this office have a new assignment on their hands. I'll leave the two of you to it." And then he left, making sure to close the door behind him. "How are you holding up?" Nicola asked. I imagined us working together on assignment for the first time going a tad bit differently. "Want to see the Black Bubble Forum? That's how you had this happen?" I received a few text messages that referenced it last night, and then that piece of paper was thrown through my window. I took my phone out before she could say anything. Nicola took a deep breath and handed my phone back to me. "Ever visited the Black Bubble Forum before?" "Once, and back when I was in college." "Can you get it up on your computer?" I immediately booted up my laptop and opened up the browser. To my satisfaction, it was still there on my bookmarks, and I clicked on it. Almost immediately, the front page came up. "What kind of page is this?" Nicola muttered. "That's what I thought, too." Then, I clicked on the link to the main forum, only for both of us to jump and gasp slightly. The post at the top of the page had the title, "The pilgrims called Sophia and Nicola shall open blind eyes." We sat there in silence for a solid 2 minutes. We both tried to speak, but couldn't find the words. Whoever posted that knew our names. I checked the settings, and nothing was out of place. The settings were as I always kept them. And Nicola said she hadn't visited the page since she was in college. How did this person know our names? Then, my phone beeped. A notification of an incoming text message on the screen. My heart skipped a beat. I had to rub my hand on my pant leg to get rid of the sweat, as did Nicola. And then I opened the message. "Talk to me if you want to live." Nicola and I just looked at each other. What was that even supposed to mean? "Who is this?" I typed back. "I don't have time right now. Both of you need to come out to the front of your building. You're looking for a man wearing a green baseball cap and aviator sunglasses. You have 2 minutes to reach me." A thing like that is a hell of a way to get you motivated to act. I might not have believed the person who texted me that, but neither I nor Nicola were about to pass up on a lead like that. Nicola and I quickly grabbed our dictaphones, notepads, wallets, laptops, and phones, threw them inside our tote bags, and it was in only around 60 seconds that we reached our building's lobby. Sure enough, there was a man pacing outside, one wearing a bright green baseball cap and aviator sunglasses. He spotted us, and he immediately rushed inside. "Will you please tell us what's—" Nicola began. The man interrupted her when he grabbed both of us by our wrists and started dragging us along. "We need to get out of here right now." There was no arguing with a tone like that. Even when he let go of us, we followed. Within only a few seconds, we had exited the lobby and crossed the street. We were halfway down the next block when we heard an enormous bang. All 3 of us jumped and turned around. Everyone on the sidewalks and in the streets stared at the building that Nicola and I were just in. We all gave a collective scream when what might as well have been laser beams rocketed through the sides of the building. I know, it sounds strange, but I don't know how else to describe it. The glass windows, starting at the bottom and ending at the top in straight lines, shattered. And yet, the parts in between them were completely and utterly intact. Then, all at once, the floors right in the middle of the buildings exploded to the side. All 3 of the floors, the glass, and the concrete along with them burst out to the side with practically nothing left in the place where it used to be. My mind went fuzzy as I tried to comprehend what I was witnessing. Then the top half of the building crashed onto the bottom one, and then the entire structure, glass shards, and paper and rebar and everything else that an office building would contain started tumbling to the side. The man yanked me and Nicola by the wrist for a second time. There was no stopping and no time to so much as slow down. We bobbed and weaved our way through multiple streets. Sweat poured down my neck as we ran. I'm not sure how we weren't struck by a car or bus. Finally, we were able to stop. And as soon as we did, Nicola fell to her knees and threw up into a sewer grate. I took several breaths, and my heart rate started calming down when I saw that she and I still had our tote bags on our bodies. I looked at the man who had gotten the 2 of us out of there. By that point, he had taken off the hat and glasses, revealing his brown hair and green eyes. This doesn't surprise me even slightly. It's okay. The 2 of you were lucky to have gotten out of that building when you did. Only because you texted me, I snorted. How did you manage to find me and my number? He snickered, but not out of any sense of joy or pleasure. Wow, you really do have no clue what you've stumbled upon. The only good news is I can help answer some of the questions I'm pretty sure both of you have. Nicola looked up at us. She was still dazed, but the man's words still registered with her. The 2 of us exchanged a glance. Look, your coworkers and superiors are most likely dead, and there's no way you can explain what just happened to that building unless you have more information. Both of you might as well come with me. I looked at the sidewalk. I knew he had a point, but neither of us knew him or even what his name was. The distinct feeling of eyes boring into my back made me turn around. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that Nicola followed suit. I immediately flinched when I saw someone in a hoodie realize I noticed. The figure walked around the corner. I sighed. There was nothing else to do. Well, you did say something about talking to you. Come on, Nicola, we need answers. The man nodded. Come then, both of you, follow me. Where are we headed? Nicola asked. Right now, we're headed to the Grand Central Terminal. I'll tell you more when we're not surrounded by people who might hear us. I'm on the train right now. We're soon to pull into the station of my hometown. I don't know how he knows which town I live in, but there's not much that I can do about it. I'm still processing everything that just happened. All I hope is that this guy really can give me and Nicola some answers. Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider subscribing with the button down below. Thank you to the incredible authors that allow me to narrate their stories. This author's links will be down below. If you'd like me to read your scary story, please email me at the email in the description. I hope you'll join me in the next video. Until then, bye.